Ah, it looks like we are live. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to be on this side of the daisies. So, we are live and we are in very amazing times. Hi, I'm the ocean of the ocean's deep woo, and here we do the deepest of woo. And by that I mean we do stuff that other channels just don't really do. Um, how can I put it? The way I put it all the time is, for one thing, I'm shamanic, and so it's not ritual magic that I do. It's not anything like voodoo. It's not, you know, magic tricks. It's shamanism, and shamans work with the elements, and shamans work in the dream time, which is the astral or etheric realm. To effect changes to mitigate and mediate for people on behalf of people. So shamans were the people that you would come to if you had any kind of spiritual issues that needed handled. Um, so basically, I am working like that. I'm stifling yawns because I always get yawns when I come on my show. Gee, am I boring myself that much? No. Actually, yawns can mean, well, they can mean a lot of things. My body always, my body feels like it needs more air. When your body thinks it needs more air for whatever reason, it takes in oxygen. There could be lots of reasons. But I think somehow, my body must think it needs the extra oxygen to do the show. So I'm not going to argue with it. It seems to work. I'm not sleepy. So anyway, pardon me, excuse me if I made you yawn out there. Okay, basically, we've got a very low chance that what we're living in is not some kind of matrix. Very low chance that we're living in Earth Prime. That's not me saying that. That's a lot of people with PhDs saying that now. Okay. And I didn't believe that. I I do believe it a lot more now. There are too many things that are happening and have happened. Oh boy, I need to deal with a concept. So I'm yawning some more. Okay, there are more things that have happened to prove or to give evidence, not to prove, but to give evidence that this is in fact an Earth matrix rather than a prime reality, what they would call a prime reality. The prime reality would be the original reality that the matrix is based on. Very unlikely. There's too many things that point to this is a matrix, this is a sim. Okay. And if that is so, then your body is simply an avatar, and your personality, even your personality. So the person that you're showing, the personality and the body, are just avatars run by a much bigger self that we call the higher self, the wiser self, deeper self. People have different words for this. But there's a part of us that knows a lot more than our conscious little avatars. No? Oh my goodness. Must be about to be a big night. Um, our little avatars only are a tiny part of our totality. And this realm being under pretty heavy rule, and we can argue about how and why that happened. But um, I think I think it could go along with the yuga, with us having lived through a yuga. Um, although things were much darker even than today at some points in our history, even in our recorded history. So it looks like we are heading out of a yuga into age, into an age. That's what seems to be happening. And then there is this bifurcation idea of Earth, where there are actually going to be two. And this has something to do, yes, with the Hopi prophecy, and um, also, I keep seeing that it's like cell division. That's why the picture, the thumbnail. It's like cell division is what we're going through, which is why we've got such vast polarity now. We're not, um, we're going to see polarity, like vast polarity. That's going to happen. And by that, I mean simultaneously the best and worst. You know, that whole thing about it was the best of times, it was worst of times. Um, yeah, that kind of thing. Hey, James Ortiz. So, it's like we're going to see that. And we're going to see that because of what you see there. There's positive and negative. It's kind of like cell division, or perhaps photons if they travel in pairs. Hmm. And what happens to one has an effect on the other. But to me, I kept getting the picture in my mind of what's happening is like cell division. And the Vesica Pisces is a part of the flower of life, which is sacred geometry. And it's the point where two circles overlap, meaning we're in the part where two realms are overlapping right now. We we aren't quite to the next place. We're still a little in the last place. We're coming out of the last place, but we're still in it a little bit. Yes, and we're also in the new place as well. So um, we're seeing the contrast a lot, a lot of contrast. So um, eventually there will come a time when we won't be able, much like the Hopi prophecy. Right now, we can still travel between the two worlds, two paths, but eventually that will end and you'll either be in one place or the other. So this is why we work on our vibration, our frequency, and make sure that we are in the one that we want to be in and not the other. Hello, Michelle Cannon-Free. How are you doing? Okay, so with that, I'm going to say Remember, this is just tips, tricks, and hacks for playing that massively multiplayer holofractal total immersion VR learning game called Life on Planet Earth. And has nothing to do with real life, which takes place outside the Matrix. Yes, okay. So, I'm going to run the intro and be right back. Okay, so here we are back. And so, what am I getting at here when I'm saying stewards of Earth? Stewards of the New Earth. Apparently, one of the ways we graduate into being able to control our own destinies here on this planet, we have to learn some lessons. We have to remember how to do some stuff. We used to know how to do these things, and we've forgotten, but we can relearn it. And last time I tried to do remote viewing, and it didn't go well. And I realized then, after meditating on it a little bit, no, somebody's covering that already. Max Vision's covering that. What I'm supposed to be doing is another specialty, and probably there'll be some other things too. But what I'm supposed to be doing is teaching you how to work some of Earth's systems, including the weather system. I know how this sounds. Some of you may have heard rumors that the Black Hats got control of the weather manipulation machines. Earth actually has systems that do control the weather. And remember, if this is a matrix, there are codes and things running that govern this. And if we're the ones who created this, we must have at one time knew how to work everything here to our advantage, to get it the way we wanted. Now, when I worked on a sim, there were all kinds of controls to control what happened in your sim. What could happen? For instance, you could turn on and off flying. You could change the weather. And there was other stuff you could do. You could change gravity. You could change the effects of gravity. You could even change how people look when they came in, what kind of abbeys were available to wear, and all that kind of thing. You could change. And remember, I worked on the underpinnings of what is eventually, from this viewpoint in time, because we are actually in our own past at this point, or looking into experiencing our own past, the past of this civilization. At some point in the future, we make it. Okay, so that should be very heartening. But I was working on what I knew I came to understand was really the underpinnings of what would one day be the Earth, what would one day be the Matrix. And that they were recreating everything. I was seeing how this was done at first. And of course, then it gets very much more complex, and um, and the effects get much better. Um, you can't, eventually you can't tell it's VR, you can't tell it from reality, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, down the road. Like, it has become accepted that this is reality, this is not reality. And we've been told many times by philosophers and spiritual people that this is not reality. So, um, but once again, I was shown that. I was working on that. I'm thinking one of the reasons is so I knew how things went in a sim. So there are things that we can do, that we can take control of. And I think this is what elemental taking control of the elements is about. It's about working those controls. That's part of the controls of the planet. Mother Earth once told me, actually more than once told me, all of your problems could be solved if you only learned how to work my systems that are already in place, already installed, already baked in. Okay? She has systems to run everything. And if wise people would get a hold of that, we could have anything. We could have it very nice here. Nobody would ever be hungry. Nobody would have to even be uncomfortable. We could have perfect weather all over the planet all the time. We could have abundant food, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, everything. It could be literally a paradise. And she says it has been before. She's done that. And we don't need to worry about people. She can support many more people, many times. She said she's at one time supported more than 3 times the people that we have on the planet now. So we don't really have to worry about that. And of course, when we become a mature enough society to get out into space, then we really don't have to worry about that anymore. It's not going to be a problem. So what we've got to wrap our heads around is we're in a matrix. We need to know how to work the matrix instead of jumping the matrix and trying to get out of the matrix. What if we're here to control the matrix and set it right? And what if that requires us remembering how to work the matrix, how to work the systems? Okay. Because that's what I'm getting. And the stewards of Earth, when you would have these simulations, and different people had different rules for their simulations, as I said, you would always have some kind of steward or guardian or guardians that had permission, special permissions, to run certain systems, to make certain changes, and so on and so forth. And apparently, what I keep getting, and I'm not the only one, other people getting this too, we have to become stewards of this planet. And to do that, we have to prove that we have some sort of mastery of the systems here. How would you do that? Some of us have already started. it seems like elemental magic is one of the main ways to go. Shamanism is the way to go. Maybe there are other ways, of course, ascension is another thing, but then you leave here and then you can go back and forth. But as long as we're here, and we came here for a reason. What if it was to get back control of this matrix, set it back on a good course again, and have it be a paradise here? And so that would mean that there would be some of us who would be taking care of certain systems here, who would be having access to that. Now, I've been working on this a while, and some other people have too. One of the things we can pretty readily work on is weather systems. If you want practice, work on weather systems. You can get pretty obvious results that can convince you that yes, you are really doing something, right? Which could lead you to have more faith in yourself and therefore go on with your learning. Weather system seems to be one of the basic ones that we need to have. Okay, along with the remote viewing, along with the remote affecting and the OBE and all of that, having the ability to mitigate the weather and work with the elements seems to be a real key to being good stewards of the planet, to being able to control what happens with this realm. So, yeah, reprogramming. Absolutely, Michelle, we can insert our own code. And how we do that is literally with our imaginations, honestly. We don't have to learn code. Okay, we've got code. We have code. We make code. We naturally make code. I'm just hearing this myself. We just naturally spit out code. That's how we're creators. Through our imagination. Wow, it's a big one, huh? Okay, so then honing this skill is important. We have been presented with a challenge, and it's not remote viewing. Like I said, I guess that's for Max Vision to do. Maybe we're all going to get our own little corner to work in, but our own little piece of the puzzle to add. I don't know, but Gemini Moon called me and said we've been having here in Ohio, I'm used to weird weather. It's just weird all the time here in Ohio. It's been weird ever since I can remember. But 4 seasons in one day is common in Ohio. However, she sent me something and it's on MeWe. We have a weird weather system here called an omega block. Now, immediately when I saw this, hello, Brenda Jackson, how are you doing, honey? I haven't seen you in a dog's age. I hope you're doing well. So, if we're doing this work, we need to take a look at the weather systems. Apparently, according to the weatherman, he is talking about something called an omega block system. Why do they call it that? It's shaped like the omega symbol. What does this sound like? I'm like, oh boy. Right away, it felt to me, and it felt to other people, like this is weather manipulation. This is weather manipulation. And if so, it's probably not good because what it's going to do is make some areas way too hot and other areas way too cold. And once it locks in, it's going to keep it that way for a long time. like all this month. Now, if it keeps it cool and rainy, cold and rainy all this month, that is going to delay farmers getting their crops in. Could this be part of the starve them out, Hunger Games type agenda? Okay, because we have already gone through winter and they told us it was going to be this long, cold, dark winter, and we stopped that. Some of us who have worked with the weather before, have been working with the weather, did not allow that to happen. We didn't allow that, at least not in the areas that we have jurisdiction. So what I am proposing, and what Gemini Moon came up with too, she called her friends who she knows who do weather working or who would be interested in it. And she and me being one said, let's break this omega block. It obviously, what we're going to say is if it's something beneficial and good and that needs to happen, that it goes ahead and happens. But if not, if it is not, if it is something harmful or manipulative by malign influences, then we need to stop it. We need to break the block. Block breaker. Hey, that was a good game. So, oh, good, it is here too. A universal hot flash. Oh, good early evening. Hi, Scotty. So, basically, and actually, Brenda's see me do it. Brenda is right in here. She didn't always believe in all this stuff I was talking about, and I'm not sure she still entirely does. But she does know that I can do some pretty wild things. Okay. She's seen me do it. Well, Brenda, my friend, I found a whole bunch more people who can do strange, wild things. Okay. And beneficial things. So I'm not just sitting here alone. So reversal. That's funny. Um, okay, so basically it's so weird that this would come up in a mega shape. It took me right back to the Omicron virus, which was supposed to be so bad, Oh no, the Omicron virus. But I had already asked, I think I probably have it on record. I had asked that at some point the virus would turn into something beneficial that would actually bestow a certain amount of immunity that would maybe make us immune. And lo and behold, along comes the Omicron. The Omicron did that, exactly that, gave a lot of people natural immunity, which was a big disappointment to some people because, they're expecting it to kill everybody because it spread so easily. It spread so easily and bestowed a lot of natural immunity. So I was very happy when this happened, and it happened without a whole lot of fanfare on my part. I mean, I didn't, come in and say, it's doing it, because it took me a while to realize, yes, it is doing exactly what I asked. For those who didn't know, thank you. Thank you, James. Oh, lovely tonight. Well, thank you. Oh, you do. The revelation of weather bending, yeah. In the very beginning, you were around for that. We were around for a lot of weird stuff like that. Um, we've come a long way since then, Brenda. A long. So We've done a lot, really. Uh, but we don't want to do it out of balance. One thing that did happen is the tarot card, the temperance angel from the tarot cards. Honestly, of course, me being a medium, stood before me at one point, pouring the water between the cups and explaining some things to me. And that my place as a shaman is sort of like that card. It is to mitigate. The reason you pour from one cup to the other is to make something that's too hot cool enough so that it's useful, or something that's too cold, more room temperature. It's basically evening out. It's evening it out, calming it down, evening it out, making it useful instead of harmful, right? This is what we do. This is what a shaman does, is supposed to be doing. So, well, yeah, we have to do this in balance. Oh, cool, James. Still has color. Yeah, mine still has color. Um, so pretty much what I'm saying is we have been working on this weather system. We're going to break the Omega block system. That is our goal. Now, I already called Paul, and he knows some shamans, of course. He got that the thunder beings, which are elementals, they're weather elementals. They really do exist. I mean, he's talked to them before. See, I usually talk to the cloud people. He mostly I talk to the thunder beings too, but he's really more aligned with the thunder beings than the cloud people. And he said, well, when he did his meditation and he asked about it, the thunder beings really wanted to take the lead. As with everything, the message I got so long ago is, but you have to be the instigators. The people of this world, us, we have to be the instigators of change. We will get help 1000% from all the hosts of heaven, okay? And whatever you think of that as, we will get all kinds of help as soon as we decide to remember that we are the cavalry coming over the hill. You remember in the old movies, they would see the cavalry coming over the hill and be like, we're saved. Okay, we are the cavalry coming over the hill. That's us. Once we realize that, we are the cavalry coming over the hill for this planet. The light workers, the shamans, the ones taking up our power, the ones learning how to work the systems and mitigate the energies, the temperance angel, the people who care enough to put some time into learning this, how to do this, and energy to learn it, to learn to do this. Actually, this can be done, should be able to be done by just about everybody, but everybody is not of the right mind to do it. They're not of the right, mental energy to do it. They're not of the right mindset. They have all that stuff in there. I keep talking about the iceberg, right? All of that subconscious stuff is there keeping them from being able to do it. It's all mental blocks. That's what it is. It's not real. You have all kinds of power. You're not powerless. People, I want to cry sometimes when I see people going, oh, there's nothing we can do. I was powerless. We were powerless. We can only pray and hope and wish. And no, 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 no. You have a spark of God in you. You are divine. I'm divine. It's our place to decide what happens. It's our place to learn those systems and decide what we want our world to be like, because it's our world. It's the one that we're given. Yeah, what was that song? This is the world we live in. These are the hands we're given. Use them and let's start trying to make it a place worth living in. Yeah, I don't remember who did that. Was it Peter Gabriel? That is Helen. We're not going to take it anymore. That's right. We're calling in the big guns. The Thunder Beings. Yeah, clear your energy field. Oh, Phil Collins. It was Phil Collins. You're right. I must have. Yeah. Must have heard a million screams. Yeah, it was Phil Collins. Okay, interesting. Because Phil Collins was in a band. Their first band was his first band was the original Genesis with Peter Gabriel. No wonder I thought it was Peter Gabriel. I was thinking Peter Gabriel. No, Phil Collins of Genesis. Um, so we've got that. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And even the character in the Bible of Jesus, which is actually Yeshua, he even says, "You're going to do all this that I've shown you and more." What does that mean? Probably this. We have been told over and over, we can do this. We can do this, you guys. We're not helpless. This doesn't have to be a horrible place. This doesn't have to be a hell, a toxic hell. It doesn't have to be. We can choose, and I've been getting lesson after lesson after lesson. I will hear it in my ears sometimes. What do you choose? What do you choose? What do you choose? Because I'll think, oh my God, is this going to happen? Oh my God, is that going to happen? Is this or that going to happen? I better do a reading. What's going to happen? What do you choose to have happen? Over and over again. My choice does make a difference in what happens. So, my friends, let us choose to choose. Let us choose. All right? And all the hosts of heaven will come and help us. I promise you, they've promised me, and they've always come through. All we have to do is decide, what do we want? What do we really want? And if it's positive, it's truly positive, we can have it. We can have it. So let's make a little practice here. Let's practice. Let's break this omega block. Then whoever is futzing around with the weather is going to be set back on their heels and go, what the freak went wrong this time? Because everything's going wrong for them now. It's like everything's going wrong. I mean, everything's just falling apart and backfiring, and let's make this backfire real good too. Like I said, the Thunder Beings say they're certainly down with it. They're in for a rumble. They love a good rumble. They love it. So yes, check your gut. Your gut knows. Yes, we can change it all. So I advise you, if you can, get to our MeWe group. It's on our wall. This storm. I wish I could post it. I can't from here. I can't in here do a really good job of posting that because I can't keep the link won't stay. But uh, it'll show you the weather formation I'm talking about. We've already started to change it. All we need from you is a little extra push. And what this weather front was going to do is kind of clap us between two big systems, make it very hot in the center of the United States, and cold and wet on either side. Very hot and dry in the middle, cold and wet on either side. It's trying to clamp us in. So and then this wall in the middle is a block keeping rain and other things from reaching the east. It literally is like a wall in the middle of the United States. So, all in all, it's just another brick in the wall. So let's take that wall down, shall we? So if you can imagine weather fronts clamping down, cold, wet, hot in the middle, if you can imagine that wall going away, that wall kind of reminds me of Pink Floyd's The Wall. That wall's got to go. Okay. And not only that, but I feel like this is abuse of my little friends, the cloud beings, who are actually huge. But I think of them as children because they sound like children. They really do. They also have good hearts like children. They have a sort of a consciousness that feels like children, although they're very, very old. When I hear them, they sound like children. And when I ask them to do something, they're so cute. They're so sweet. They're like, sure, let's do that. They want to have fun. And to them, this is fun, you know? And so let's do it. The thunder beings, on the other hand, are more, let's go get them. They're more, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. They're older sounding. Like I said, Paul has more to do with them. And they're raring to go. They want to go. They want to go take care of it. They want to handle it. Just letting you know. I know this sounds crazy. Sounds crazy. But this is what we see. And it's not just me seeing it. Paul's seeing it. Gemini's seeing it. Some of her other friends are seeing it. Some of his other friends are seeing it. Some of my other friends are seeing it. This is what's going on. We're going to get together. We're going to learn to be such a good freaking team. And there doesn't have to be any leader, really. It's just whichever one of us gets the info, passes it on. We all decide among us, and usually we all decide what we're going to do. We all are in harmony with that. We are in harmony. Everybody who's in harmony with this, join in. And so it happens, and so it is. Remember what I taught you. As I speak it, so it is. As I speak it, so it is. As I speak it, so it is. We're going to break this block. Block breaker. So, yes. Mentally ready now. Good. Scotty, I'm so glad. Yes, and what Scotty is talking about is they did some stuff to bring, and I helped too. I did help send, and maybe that was part of the problem. I was trying to help. I was trying to help send rain to Australia, and it got so rainy that it flooded. We got to be careful. We got to ask for balance. That's another thing. We have to learn to ask for balance. The rainmakers They love to do their job. Once you get them going, they having fun. See, once the clouds, the clouds and the cloud people and the thunder beings get going, they're having fun. This is fun for them. This is what they're made for. This is like, yes, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Why? Because, but you see, we got to direct them. So you got to say, hey, we need this over here and that over there, okay? It's a little too dry over there. It's a little too wet over there. It's a little too cold up there. It's a little too warm over there. We have to mitigate that. We have to tell them what needs to be done because the internal systems that sense everything have been messed with. Because guess what this sensory system is? Us. All of the animals on the planet are part of the neural network of Earth and very much us. The ones who can make plans and dream, that's us. We're the ones that have to do the imagining that gets this done. We're the ones that have to give the order. Okay, this is what we want. We want this, this, and this. Can you do that? Oh, okay. Well, and sometimes they'll say, we're being blocked. If they come back and say we're being blocked, then we have to remove the blocks. Now, we've had that happen before. We had that happen in Denali's case when they couldn't get rain, that we found out that it was being blocked by somebody else. So what we did was once we cleared that up, rained like crazy. Okay. They got all the rain they needed. Happened over. It's been going on like that for years. We're going to get more lessons like this. Weather is just the start. I have a feeling we're going to have other things happen that we're going to need to mitigate. We have done tsunamis. We've done tsunamis before. It was just me and my friend, and I don't know who else might have put energy toward this that we don't know about. But we decided a tsunami was not going to happen, and it didn't. The tsunami warning went away. It's possible. As a matter of fact, it is the way it works. It is the way it works. It's just somebody with bad intent has figured out how to work this now, too. And that's how they've been screwing with the weather. Is it a weather machine? I don't know. Or are they just hacking the systems we already have? Could be they're just hacking. If so, we've got to put fresh code in there and rip up all that shit, right? Yes. We are the magicians. Exactly. We're that. We're the neural network of the planet. We are the stewards of Earth. We are the stewards. We are going to be the stewards of New Earth. As New Earth comes in, it's going to need stewards. This is how part of the way it comes in. This is part of the way that the planet becomes protected and safe. And a paradise is we relearn, we remember how to take care of it, how to maintain it. It's like maintaining your car, brushing your teeth, anything else. Anything else that you have to do on a regular basis to keep things on an even keel, that's what we have to learn to do on this planet. And 100% can we do that? Of course we can. Absolutely. Been proved to me many times. So let's do it. Ah, you guys are wonderful. Right, exactly. The shenanigans stop right now. I have a feeling we will have other challenges put before us too. But we will beat them all. We will beat them all. If you come across another challenge, let us know. We'll beat them all. We'll beat it all. We'll do this. I have faith in all of you. You wouldn't be here unless you needed to be here, unless you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to hear this. Anybody who's hearing this now or in the future, You're supposed to be hearing this. You're supposed to be a part of this, or you wouldn't have been drawn to this at all. So I'm going to do some clearings. I'm going to do some visualizations. Yes, Scotty, if they keep playing around or get control of HARP, then what'll they do? What if we take control of HARP? Whoa. Would they be brown trousering it then? I think they're very afraid of us. I really do. I think that's why so much weird stuff is coming up. They're afraid. They know the time is limited. It's almost over. The Christ within us cometh again, so to speak. The Savior within us all rises again, and their time is limited. And remember, when that retakes the earth, their day is done. And paradise ensues, heaven on earth. Oh, your roommate went home to his family. He listened to Vox News all day and night and shouted in the phone. What? James Ortiz? What's going on? Oh my goodness. Okay, so really, all you have to do, get your connection with nature. And some of you are already doing this. I know you are. I know you are. So here's the challenge. And when I wrote it into MeWe, I put the link and I put challenge accepted. And it feels good, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good to know? You have the power. You have the power. I have the power. We have the power. Yes. The power is in our hands. We can do something about all of it. And we shall. Shall we not? Oh, yes, we shall. And we shall do so lovingly and joyfully and put an end to all of this bullshit that we've been going through. One by one, we'll knock them all down, or maybe we'll knock several down at a time. Maybe we'll get so good that we'll knock several pins down at a time. I don't know. Clear that crap. That's right. Yeah, our habits. Yeah. Well, see, that's another thing is I cut off the news after a certain point. I listen to it all. My technique of figuring out what's actually going on. I listen to bits of it and I hear what is really, I try to get to the meat of what's really going on in these systems. Then I just, I don't need 5,000 hours of that. I just need an overview of all of these things that are going on. It forms a pattern in my mind, and then I can say, that's what they're up to. That's what they're doing. But actually, sometimes it's much simpler than that. One thing I noticed is that sneaky people, untrustworthy people, troublemaking people will often accuse you of what they are doing. Inadvertently, by what they're accusing you of doing, they're telling you what they're up to. And it's almost never fail. And look at the situation we have now politically. Who is in collusion with Russian oligarchs? For real. Not who they said. Who is really getting money from China? Right? And the Ukraine. Who's really doing this and that and the other? Who's really the pervert? Who's really the danger, the menace, the crazy person? Who is it really? Think about that. I don't think I need to say. Kind of obvious, isn't it? That's that's kind of how I know what's going on. It's like, okay, because we know that a lot of this stuff about Orange Man's been discredited. It didn't happen. So why did they bring it up? What even made them think of that? Because they were up to that. That's exactly everything that they accused him of, or what they're up to. So hey, we know what they're up to. We know. They'll tell us. They told us when they do. Okay, no, what did I tell you? Told you the next was going to be fungus, right? The next big disease was going to be fungus. That's already started. They've already launched the fungus. We're going to shut that down too. We're going to shut down that fungus. That fungus is either going to be shut down entirely or changed into something beneficial. Are you with me? One or the other. That fungus is never going to become pandemic level. No. I say no. No, no. This is not what's happening. This is not how it's going to be. We don't want that. We don't choose that. And I have had entities, I know they are when I'm off guard, trying to convince me that something that's wrong is right, or to do this or to do that. Maybe you want this, maybe you want that, maybe it's really the right thing. No, it isn't. Your gut knows. Exactly. Exactly like Scotty said. Your gut knows. Yeah, no TV programming. Exactly, Scotty. 100% no TV programming for me. Peace and blessings to you too, Brenda Jackson. Hope to, I don't have your number anymore, so I can't call you. I tried. I tried to call the number that I had. It doesn't work. So nice seeing you again. Hope to see you sometime soon. Okay. Pure consciousness harnesses the infinite power of the cosmos. Exactly. Boy, you guys are so smart. You really are smart. You really are smart. You know what I'm talking about. And so, like I said, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't you, if you weren't the one. You know what? How they say there can only be one? What is that? It's us acting as one. How does that happen? By agreement. We all agree. We decide to agree. We decide that we're going to do this, and then we do it. That's the one. That is the one. So you're the one. I'm the one. We're all the one. We are the one. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the cavalry coming over the hill. We are the best hope of Gaia. That is right. Our consciousness harnesses the infinite power of the universe. We will only bring in the timelines we choose. Exactly. Exactly. We will choose what timelines we want. Everybody else that wants something else from us that's not good, you go pound dirt. Sorry. You're not getting in. We are not letting you into our consciousness. We're not letting you into this vibration. You try to ride our coattails up into this frequency, you're going to get fried. We're going to fry you. I'm warning you. Don't come. Don't do it. We'll fry you with a very high vibration. You won't be able to handle it. Just telling you. It won't be out of hatred or anything. It'll just be out of we're going to vibrate so high that it's going to hurt. Okay? That the opposite vibration will not be able to maintain itself. We're going to have a resonance of heaven on earth. And that does not resonate with these dark creatures. That is a dissonance to them. So the higher frequency you put yourself on, the less they can harm you. One of the fastest ways, if you can't think of any other way, if you find yourself in a dark place, you can't think of any other way, immediately choose gratitude for something. Find something to be grateful for. Gratitude will immediately raise your vibration. You cannot be afraid and in gratitude at the same time. You cannot be low vibration and thankful at the same time. It just doesn't happen. This is how we can we can drive, we can steer. If we get attacked, we start getting pulled down. Be thankful for something you have and just start listing off what you've got, what you know you've got. I've got on this incredible place. I've got you. I got little cowboy. He's such a sweet boy. By the way, here he is. Here he is, dreaming his dreams. I wonder who he's going to visit next. Oh, his little fluffy belly. Look at that little sweet fluffy white belly. He's such a sweet, good boy. And he's purring, of course. He's purring. Hello, everybody. Sending healing purrs out into the world. Yeah. Yeah. 1111. Exactly. Energy, frequency, vibration. Exactly. And I think I'm writing a book. That's another thing. I think I'm writing a book. I started writing today. I think I'm writing a book about all this. So we'll see. I don't know. It could be an exercise, or it could be that I'm actually doing a book. I don't know. Or something else is going to happen. We'll see what's supposed to happen, whatever the plan actually is. I probably made the plan before I came. I just don't remember. But yeah, I have been told that I'm going to be writing a book at some point. Maybe this is it. Don't know. I've tried writing books before, but my writings have actually vanished. Other people have said this too, that their writings just, they just like, and it's so weird. It's like you'll put them away somewhere for safety, and they'll vanish from there. You'll look for them again. You'll go back, look for them, and they're gone. Or you'll put them in a cloud on the internet. They're gone out of the cloud. Or something has happened. Or a few times, they've dissolved in water. So some kind of leak happened, and my old apartment was always leaking. A leak happened and they got entirely dissolved by water, or a water leak or something. So I think this time maybe it'll go through. If it goes through this time, then we'll see what kind of book I write. Been trying to write it for a long time. I think maybe this may finally be the time. Maybe the others were dry runs, or maybe wet runs. I don't know. We're here to raise and hold a frequency. Life and soul growth is an added bonus. Exactly. Scotty, where did you come from? I remember a long time ago. This was not something Scotty would normally say. You have come a long way, Scotty. You really were a sleeping dragon, aren't you? You were a sleeping dragon. You were just waiting for an activation, and boom, here's Scotty. Fire-breathing Scotty, the dragon, all of a sudden woke up and said, damn, I'm not a bug. I'm a dragon. I just keep on learning. Exactly. That's what we're here for. We learn, we do. We do by learning. We learn by doing. So, what else is there to do with eternity, right? What do we got eternity? Dragons don't wear pants either. That's right. Doggone it. I'm not wearing pants right now. I'm not. I'm wearing a skirt. You could be wearing a kilt, you know. I just love you guys. You are the best. You really are. So this is practice. We're going to break the block. We're going to do some other block breaking too. Ah, and we do it just so easily. It's that hard. All you have to do is ask the right people. Actually, I'm thinking, do we want all of the indictments and everything to happen a little faster too? Do we imagine that? Maybe we choose that. However, I've been thinking there's a reason it's been going the pace it's been going. Maybe they want to make sure everything comes out so that people can see it. However, it just has been dragging for so long. Dragon, and dragon. The dragon. Yes, we are beings who hold the frequency. We are the luminaries that light the path. Exactly. And you know what luminaries? Somebody once asked me, what is a luminary? Because I'd say other luminaries. Luminaries, people who light our path. That's what luminaries were used for. In the old days, they were put down along a path so that you could find your way easier. Um, that is a luminary. Was a luminary in the old days. They still use them in the fall when the hours get dark early, and that used to be very commonly done. Candles all along the way, so that you can see your way. Yeah, I think some stuff has to run its course. Some programs have to run their course. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Some of these things are programs. Maybe they have to let them run through. That could be it. But we can certainly decide that once they've run, they're done. We can certainly decide that no further ones come online. We can block them. No further dark plans. And I told you a long time ago, no dark plans will ever go the way that they want them to ever again. Never again. We're done. And they haven't. They haven't gone the way they wanted them to. Everybody's not dead. You know, a lot fewer people died than they wanted to have die. So we got wise. You know, I mean, they're in so many ways, things did not go their way, you know. So it's never going to happen the way it happened before. It is never going to happen again. It's never going to be that way again. And they better just realize that your time is up. Everything they do will eventually backfire and come back on them and completely fall. And maybe even hasten the good stuff coming in. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of how far you've come. I I know how it is at first. So much gunk in our minds telling us over and over we can't do anything about it. To find out that we can and that we are is exhilarating. Ah, Let's see, power placed in places. Said here, not by my choice. Actually, it's funny. We seem to be in certain places that we need to be. We seem to be kind of set there. And who knows exactly how that works? Probably a program we agreed to a long time ago, something we set in place for ourselves a long time ago. I know that consciously there's some things that happened I certainly wouldn't have chose. However, it did make me a super fighter, you know. Some of the stuff that, if it wasn't for all the stuff that happened to me, I would not be the badass I am now. And it's funny because some of you are badass too. As a matter of fact, probably all of you are. Given half the chance, you're all badasses. It was so funny that time. It's like, am I really that much of a badass? You're the baddest of the bad. You're one of our baddest badasses. Are you kidding me? So this, and I'm very nice and I'm very gentle. It's like I turn out to be one of the baddest badasses. But we all are because we have to be in order to beat this, we have to be badass. We have to be. So isn't that funny? Yeah. Strategically placed, yes. I mean, I'm in Kent. I know Ohio, the heart of it all. I'm in Ohio. Gemini is in Michigan. There's another bunch of sacred things in Michigan, power places. That's and up the thumb there has a very strong vortex, and we're up here by the Great Lakes Triangle, so we're definitely in a power place, definitely. And I'm sure, yeah, we just can't see the map. Gentleness is the ultimate strength. Well, thank you. Yes, I think so. I think so. Calmness is mastery. That's right. And, Bruce Lee said, I didn't say get mad. I said get emotional about it. Your emotion can help power your creation, but you want the right emotion. You don't want nasty, yucky emotion powering your creation. I don't want to taint it with that. When you create, make sure that you get yourself. That's why I say gratitude helps. Get yourself into a great, like, wow, yeah, yeah. Get emotional. Use your emotion wisely. Use it to power your visions. Use it to power your imagination, your creations. Yes. The calm, quiet way. Yeah, Scotty got the West Coast covered. Yeah. 2222. Well, ooh. Um, calm, quiet warriors, the one that's true. Because that's the one that's not flipping out, making mistakes because they're freaking out. Boy, this place gonna look different, isn't it? Boy, is this place gonna look different. Yeah. See, I can see how it had to be polarized in order for us to see it. Unassuming. That's an interesting word. Unassuming, because assume makes an ass out of you and me. So if you're unassuming, you don't do that. Yes, it's very different to be on this side of it. I used to be terrified. I spent most of my life terrified. Seriously. when I think about in terror, I was, and it must have been creating some terrifying things. I'm sure it was. Terrifying things were being created by my terror, and I was being used and abused that way, but no more. When I feel that rising, and sometimes I do, I feel something, and it's like, what the heck? I'm not terrified. Why do I start to feel that feeling? Somebody is, and you're picking it up. That's what I think. You're you're doing your uh you're doing your picking up everybody around you thing, right? Which is what empaths do. And that's where we use the tools and we say, who does this belong to? I send it back with consciousness attached, and you can also send it back with consciousness and love. Who does this belong to? But always ask, who does this belong to? Is this really me? Maybe it's not. And if it's not, get rid of it. If it is somehow, if you're getting a warning, like you're getting beep, beep, broadcast of the early warning system, you can get that too sometimes. It won't be terror, though. It'll be more like warning, warning, Will Robinson. Uh, it'll just be a feeling like, something this way cometh. Hmm? Something's coming. I've had that one before. Like, and it's kind of an antsy feeling. It's kind of like, mm, um, I wouldn't say exactly nervous. I would say unrestful. I would say it's agitating, kind of agitated feeling like, oh, something's on the way. And that happened before 911. I was like that all summer. And that's when, and then actually, one of my friends that I saw, haven't seen in years, reminded me I predicted the whole 911 thing. I did. Yeah. She told me, and I had forgotten. But I did. I had it. I had it all down. But I didn't understand it at the time because it seemed really outlandish. First, you got to wrap your head around the fact that your government doesn't really govern for your benefit anymore. You've let that get out of hand. We've got to bring that back in hand. Now, I'm no expert at that. I don't know if I'm the one to do that. I don't know if that's my job or somebody else's. Maybe somebody else's. Maybe somebody who's really into politics and law. But I can sure work on the weather, and I can sure work on the creation part. So, yes, when our mind is still, right, right, right. You want to be the calm one that instead of reacting, the one that acts instead of reacting. Yes. Sometimes when I reach out, which is really reaching in, when I reach out, I get it's like, whoa! This is as trippy as anything gets. Storm from the X-Men. Yes, we are the storm. That saying, they whispered to her, you will never withstand the storm. And she whispered back, I am the storm. We are the storm. What do you mean? We're the storm, honey. That storm that you think we're not. We're that. Yeah. And you find me cackling. No, I'm not cackly Camilla. Yes, you absolutely can. And really, if you want to know more about how, just ask for help. I mean, if you need to know more, you can ask Earth Mother herself. She has all kinds of information. She does not mind you asking. You can ask. You can ask the thunder beings themselves. You can ask some of the other elementals. They know their jobs, you know. You can ask some of the angels. Some of the angels, they're the programs that run this place. They're, they're the ones that we set to do this. What do? I send them. They're flipping the switches for me. They're turning on the juice for me. That's what they do. So start using what we got, or keep using what we got. Boy, this is going to be an interesting place. This is sure going to be interesting. Thing I love about Mercury retrogrades, and there's some people that go, you love something about Mercury. Yes, I do love something about Mercury retrogrades. In fact, Mercury retrogrades allow us to communicate on a much different level than we usually communicate on. I'm convinced this is what it was for. Originally for. It wasn't to screw us up. It wasn't supposed to be screwing us up. It was supposed to be, okay, now it's time to lay this stuff down and pick up this stuff and work with this. Because otherwise we'd never put, the machine, if the damn machine wasn't breaking down, we'd never put it away and concentrate on other things, right? On spiritual matters. Some people would watch TV forever if the dang thing never ran out of batteries, went off, broke something, they'd be, set in their chair forever. Um, so that's the way I kind of see it. It was never meant to harm us ever. It's just the way that we took it. But actually, I've managed to get on every single time that there's supposed to be a show. I've managed to get on. Maybe not exactly the right time, but I managed to get on. Maybe not without a few difficulties here and there, but I have managed to get on. And I think this Mercury retrograde is going to screw up a lot of people who are not on the up and up. Right. Storm can control the weather. And you know what? There was somebody that told me that so must have been, it was back in the 90s. I said, I always felt like I was supposed to be a superhero. I mean, I've mentioned this before. When I was a kid, I didn't want to be a princess. I didn't want to be a ballerina. I wanted to be a superhero. And I know that more than one person actually said, you mean like Jean Grey, Storm? Oh, yeah, like Storm. Somehow they saw it all the way back then. I couldn't see it. I didn't know what they meant. I couldn't see it. There it is. And I know my mind teacher, he made some allusions to it. It's like throwing lightning bolts again. What? Throwing lightning bolts, that's what you do, isn't it? It's like, he says, yes. You haven't noticed? It is. Those light rods are kind of like lightning bolts. All of a sudden, a bright flash of light, and things are illuminated, and the darkness crumbles. Hmm. Yeah, once you look at it like that, and you know what? Once you look at it like this is a game, this is a game. Yeah. Oh, wow, this is a game. So that means there's a way to win, and that also means that there's goodies that I can use, and this is another challenge, and this is another level of the game, and then you start to get more excited about it. You're like, "Oh, wow, I'm winning too. Look, I'm still alive." Yeah, I haven't died. I'm still here. Wow, I'm going to the next level. Going on to the next game within the game. Yeah, it's great. Keep it up and I'm going to throw a chair. Oh dear, everything you had started breaking down. It was like a super streak of bad luck. Well, see, my stuff except my phone, but it's going to force me to get probably a whole new thing. I'm going to have to get something much faster and much better that'll work much better for me. That's what's going to have to happen. So I just trust that that's what's going to happen is I'm choosing that. In fact, I'm going to choose that. What's going to happen is I'm going to get something much faster and better. I'm going to get something that, yeah, I'm just going to get something much better, and and it will just blow everything I had previously away. It'll be that much better. That's what I'm choosing, and it won't cost me that much. It's not going to cost that much. I got to start shopping for it and start planning. Say I like this. You know, it's funny, like this vibrating platform to help my back and my pain and the lymph drainage and everything it does, and so on and so forth, and helps you burn more calories. And the first one I ordered broke, and that was bummer, right? On shipment, they shipped it and dropped it and broke it. And so I had to look for another one. But in the meantime, something else came up that I couldn't find before. It was much cheaper and smaller and lighter and worked better for my purposes. And now that's what I've got. If I had gotten the other thing, I would have been paying more and maybe wouldn't have worked as well for my purposes. So sometimes, now there was another time like that. I remember one time my keyboard just got fried, my motherboard rather. Something happened and just fried my motherboard, and that was a forced upgrade. But the upgrade was great. I mean, I ended up with I found a way to get a computer and a much better one than I'd had. So um, it's not always a bad thing that you have to upgrade. You just have to be ready. Chutes and ladders? Don't you mean chutes and ladders? Oh, okay. Oh, yes, chutes and ladders. I bought a phone. Mine is slowly going out. There's another thing. A lot of times when your energy is in flux, you will affect electronics and you will not be able to. There's a reason. Okay, James Ortiz, consider this. I don't carry my phone on me. I have a holder. I have it here handy. I carry my phone on this. Why? See, it goes in right there. That's how I carry my phone. It goes on like this. And I don't need to use my hands to hold it. It protects me from some of the radiation, but it also protects the phone from me. It's outside of a certain field of mine. So it's not like if I were to try to hold it in my hand, it wouldn't be good for me or the phone. Okay. So I recommend you get some way to hold your phone that puts a little distance between your aura and your energy field. And your electrical aura is really fairly close to your body. Okay, your spiritual aura, your etheric aura is bigger, much bigger, usually, but your electrical aura is usually rather close to your body. So if you can get your phone up out of your electrical aura, you're better off. Okay, just both ways. Okay. So just a suggestion, if you can, it may not be this, it may be some other way, but that is my suggestion to help you with that. The other thing is check to make sure if you have any attachments. If you have any unhealthy attachments, it's going to affect electronics. That's another thing that'll affect it. People who have vampiric attachments, energy draining attachments, will drain things fast. They will literally drain out their watches. I remember a time when I was draining out my watches. I couldn't wear a watch. I'd kill them all. Ah, ha, ha, ah. Oh, ha, 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 Scotty. Get your shit off my ladder, man. I don't know how good I said that. Get your shit off my ladder, man. My phone is either in my truck or on my table. I don't need to carry it around. Right. Some people can't set it down. I know. Isn't that weird? They can't set their phone down. They can't seem to get it out of their hands or out of the, you know what? And I don't recommend putting it in your pocket either. That's not good. Anyway, gee whiz. It's, whoa, it's been an hour and a half I've been on already. It seems like nothing at all. That's another thing. Time is flaky now, isn't it? Time just zip, 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 zip right now. I've just noticed it just like, boom, it was the first of the month. And now all of a sudden we're the third. It's like, wait, you know, oh, your watch is last. Well, good. Okay, dear. Cheese whiz. There you go. Cheese whiz, folks. Yeah, it seems like really we've been moving fast here. Oh, I found out that I actually had some secret caches that I didn't even know. Calcite. I have several different colors of calcite. I've been doing stone wrapping, and this is honey calcite. You can't really see the color that well, though. I'm going to see if changing this does any good. Maybe a little better. Changing the kind of light we have. That makes it blue. It's kind of a blue light. Let's go back to this one. I've already tore up 2 weather cubes. Good. Yeah, time's accelerating. Accelerating. Accelerating? It's celebrating. Ah! How long have you been in the hospital? Yeah. Scotty tore up 2 weather cubes. Good for you. Yeah, Paul, he's ripping it up too. I hear Paul is ripping it up. So is Gemini. We're ripping up all that stuff. And you know what? I think we need to also make sure it can't get a foothold again. Put some kind of thing in place. Maybe put a guardian in place. I think they were using the vortices somehow to do this. I think they're using the vortices. Maybe we put guards at the vortices. Angels post guards at the vortices so they cannot use them. None shall pass. You shall not pass. I'm not sure, but Scotty's breaking them. It's called an omega block. Maybe that's where the cube part comes. I don't know. He's calling him a cube. Maybe that's the way he's seeing him. Everybody sees things a little differently. My third eye sees things a little differently. Well, you know this from John's class. Our third eyes see things just a slightly differently. And slightly differently than, regular reality. Our third eyes tend to latch on to certain shapes and colors, and sometimes we'll even see the opposite color. But uh, but we're still latching on to it, regardless what it is. So maybe the storm block is a cube, and actually that wouldn't. Yeah, we know the cubes block energy. Yes, the cube shape. You may be onto something. Oh, cool. Oh, really, Scotty? Let's rip those up. Here, I'll help. Angels, get down there. We need some ripping. We need you to do some ripping up. Scotty's got a portal he's throwing him into. Get her done. Whoa, I see him. I see it. Ah, no. You know what they were trying to do? They were trying to cause a superstorm. Well, that's not going to happen. Oh, hell no, that's not going to happen. No to hell. That is not going to happen. Okay. Yep. Rip them up, folks. Holy carp. How many of these things are there? How many are there? Okay. I want you to go. Some of you go to the west. Some of you go to the east. And we also need some of you in the north. I got a feeling about this because that's the omega shape. Okay. That's probably where they are. So we need people to rip them up in all of those areas. I have a feeling we've got, oh, yes, according to that map that he was showing, yeah, they're using the Great Lakes Triangle as the top of it, as the top of that omega shape. I think they're using the Great Lakes. And no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, no. Great Lakes Triangle's ours. It's ours. Nope, it's all ours. You can't have it. Nope, mine. Nope. Denied. Denied. Nope. That was fun. Denied. Access denied. No, mine. All mine. Mine. Mine, mine, mine. It's our Great Lakes Triangle. You can't have it. No, we're not going to share. Yeah, a bunch. I don't know how many either, but I saw a lot. It's a lot. And they're in 3 different areas that I can tell. Up by the Great Lakes Triangle, over in the, not exactly California, it's over just a little from California, but I think maybe it's near the border, and then over Florida. Oh, man, they're trying to deluge Florida again. Well, no, you're not. You're not gonna do that. What, you think you're gonna make the second sinking of Atlantis over in Florida? It's not gonna happen. Right. You take care of that. I'm going to see if I can direct some of it to the other 3 spots. Yeah, because see, that wall keeps everything else from moving across the country. Once we get rid of the wall, we're gonna be fine. The vortexes that are holding it in place, so the stuff coming in through the vortexes. Scotty, the reason there's so many, they're shipping them in. We're gonna have to cut off the excess. Okay, cut off the excess, folks. Who's the angel in charge of that? Who's the system? Okay, I'll just push a button. No, I'll move a lever. Sorry. That portal's closed to you. Access denied. Access denied. Yep, on the other side too. Nope. Access denied. No, no, no. Not gonna happen. So we just gotta get rid of the ones that are here. Hope they don't find a way to pick their way open, but they shouldn't be. That's the problem. For a while, we were closing these portals, and they were finding a way to pick their way back through. But I'm choosing that they can't do that this time. Whoa! God, that made me dizzy. Whoa! Oh! I just chose that they can't pick their way through again this time, and that just, whoa! Well, look at that. Okay. Closed. Hmm. Right. Hey, Jason. Ah, the Reno area. Yeah, I see it. That's what I was trying to come to, the Reno area. Right, just east of the Sierras. Hi, Jason. How you doing? We're ripping up storm block systems. We're ripping up a storm system. We're fucking it up. We're having fun. This is how this is how spiritual geeks pass the time. I feel so high. I swear. I do this kind of work and I get so freaking high off of it. It's like, woo, yeah, riding the storm out. Ooh. Magi's. Yeah. Yes, Michelle. Gosh. You know what? It's because when the dark shit goes, the whoosh of energy, that's I think that's what's doing it. You get like this whoosh because it's gone. It's not sucking it anymore. So all of a sudden, there's this influx of energy. But thing is you can get kind of knocked out by it because sometimes our electrical systems are not quite up to it, and it makes us a little crispy. Just gonna have to install better better grounding systems. Okay, let me do that. Install a better grounder. Yeah. Okay. Better grounders, please. Thank you. Okay, I feel better now. Yeah. What? What? You just got your vehicle searched, helping Brandon get a room he needed hygiene. Brandon? Which one's Brandon? Oh, they're trying to get drugs off the streets. Well, of course. So, how did everything go? Oh, well, thank you, Scotty. Yes. You're doing a wonderful job. They patted you down. Was it fun? Was there any cute female ones? Probably not. Turning into canes. Really? Wow. You know what? They've probably been watching him. They did that to another person we know. The 5-time loser. They watch him all the time. And whoever car he would get in or whoever people he'd hang around with, they watched him. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful who you help out and how. Yeah. Oh, they let you go with a warning. Good. Two dudes. Oh, well, sorry about that, Jason. Could have been fun. No, kidding. Totally kidding. Oh, they left the bar area at the hotel. Oh, okay. So that's why they were looking into it. Yeah, it's that hour. It's that hour. Once it hits 11, they start looking into things. Oh my gosh, you guys. You feel violated. I would too. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you do when a lie becomes the truth. Yeah. So we're all so high now. Honestly, we're all just tripping here. We're like messing with energy and doing shamanic stuff, and it's just like I'm just like high as a freaking kite. Yeah, I haven't done anything, not herbs, not nothing, nothing. I am just high as a kite right now. Is the way it gonna be on New Earth? I keep seeing flashes of white light. Same in the camera too. It's like all of a sudden, zoom, flash of light, zoom, flash of light. It's gonna be this is gonna be cool. We're gonna be stoned without getting stoned all the time. We're gonna be like that state, that kind of high, fluffy. happy state, if that's what it's going to be like. It's like, oh yeah, sign me up. I'm there. I'm there. I want to be there. Oh, sitting on the top of the mountain, catching my breath. Ooh, ooh, ah, wow. But I feel like I'm going to have to sleep soon because I'm probably going to have to leave and go off and do some work. That's usually what that means. I'm starting to feel this. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to hold off sleep very much longer. It's okay. We're almost on 2 hours. So I really want to thank you guys for coming. You're wonderful. I love you. You are awesome and wonderful beings. You are a spark of God. You are divine creators. Seriously. And you've got this. You've got this. We've got this. And we are going to change everything. Yes, us. How do you become one of the chosen ones? Choose yourself. Choose yourself. Yes. Yeah. I'm getting to where I'm going to have to rest, and I'll be able. The physical body's going to have to rest. I'm pretty sure the spirit's going to be out doing work because the people who are doing this are going to have to be rounded up. Beings, people, whatever. They're going to have to be rounded up. So we'll see how many of them we get. I'll be working on that. You keep working on breaking the blocks when you get a chance. Okay. Like I said, I love you guys. You're great. You really are wonderful. And um, remember, truth is where you find it. Hope you're finding some on my show. Be sure to like the show. Give me a thumb. Give me a thumb, baby. And stay high vibing and keep coming. I would miss you so bad if you weren't around. When you're not around, I cry. No, I miss you. Okay. And I'm going to be back Sunday. This next Monday, we're going to be doing cards. Again, we're going to be doing tarot cards. It's going to be Moonday Monday, Tarot Moonday Monday. By the way, happy late belated May Day. I finally got a chance to celebrate May Day, and it's 3 days before and 3 days after, so we're still in May Day celebration season. Tomorrow is May 4th. Oh my gosh, I got to tell you, May 4th is big around here in Kent. We had that Four Dead in Ohio thing here. May 4th is a big day, big energy. Wow, we're at May 4th already. Um, this is when a lot of people come into town to remember what it was like when that was happening. Wow, I just got a kind of a headache too as I thought of that. Town's going to be weird. And oh, yes, I don't know what it's going to be like since COVID. It might have changed. But this is also traditionally pepper gas season. People have parties, riot gang is called, and pepper gas is thrown. So, yeah, it was a tradition, kind of a reenactment, really. In the morning, you find you can find unspent canisters of pepper gas and wooden bullets everywhere in some of these places. Uh, it's a long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it. If the weather's nice, I'll try and have a show outside, but it's been so up and down. I'm gonna try and get us some nice weather though tomorrow. Um, Now I know why it's been kind of difficult. They've been pulling this block thing. Yeah, my sinuses just suddenly went weird. Okay, something's going on. I'm gonna have to take care of that. Okay, I'm gonna take care of it. Mary wins. You came just at the you came just at the very end. I'm just getting ready to go off. Friday is the full moon, yeah, eclipse. So we're like almost on top of it. Almost on top of the eclipse. No wonder we're feeling it. Yeah, you missed all the fun. Yeah, you're gonna have to replay it now. We were fighting the storm cubes, the storm blocks. Yeah, the Omega block storm. We we were taking care of business, Mary. You can do it too. Remember, all time is really one. Wish I could stay on longer, but I feel myself getting sucked away. I'm getting pulled away. I'm gonna have to take care of a few things. I see. Oh, and by the way, Jason, if you're still listening, be careful in the next couple of days because they're going to be looking out because it's May 4th. And they're going to be looking out for a lot of things. You're going to have to, oh, yeah, you're leaving anyway. So just be careful. Just be careful. May 4th. Gotta watch it. Well, thank you, love. Yeah. Gotta get going. Gotta recharge. Okay. Tell people you love them like I tell you. I love you. Remember who you are. Yes, you are the storm. Okay, loves. Next time. Right. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Jennifer of True Divine 44 was attacked. What? Mary, say more before I turn it off. Before I end. What's going on? Come on. Spill. Who was attacked? Why? Why was she attacked? What happened? Physically, spiritually? I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. She was on Wayne's. Oh. Was she attacked on Wayne's? Thank you, Michelle. Oh, weird. Yeah, we got to be careful. It's going to be a little weird. Eclipses are strange. I have a feeling this eclipse is going to bring out a lot of things. So just be careful out there. Be aware. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that kind of thing. I was attacked today, but not like that. But um, just somebody was on my case for something that's not even any of their business. Wasn't even doing anything really out of line. Just somehow she thought I was. Very weird. But I told her. I said, hey, cut that out. I cut that out, y'all. Her hair. Oh my God. Hair ripping. An insane parking lot. What? Hair ripping. And it had two dogs loose on her. Holy cow. Jeez. She's got a concussion. Oh, wow. Look out, people. Wow, that means the May 4th is probably going to be weirder than usual, too. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to want to be. I think I'm going to want to be careful tomorrow. They're going to be crazy. Probably going to be crazy because they get crazy on May 4th. And then the riot squad always gets called on the parties. They have parties. I used to play music at these parties. I know all about this. Everybody wanted a blonde folk singer out on their lawn, right, for May 4th. And I was one of those blonde folk singers. So, wow. Yeah. We could do something about that too, maybe. Maybe we can do that too. Maybe that's another little test for us. I've been getting the impression that we're going to get different stuff come up that we're going to have to mitigate. Maybe that's going to be another one. Well, it was amazing seeing Brenda here. I haven't seen her in years. And she knew me before in the very early days of all this stuff. A lot of this stuff that I do now, she saw it and she didn't believe until she saw. And then she saw and she's like, well, yeah, you can do stuff. It's like that. Uh, um, um, Sometimes we need to see it happen. So um, I am very thankful for you. I'm very thankful for you. The whole wide world thanks you. The whole spirit world and the elementals. They're happy that you're acknowledging them. That we're acknowledging them. Thank you, Mary Winds. Okay, I gotta pull it down now. I am really feeling that pull. Love you. See you on Sunday, if not before. Night, night. I gotta go put my superhero cape on. Go save the world. In my sleep. Night. You too. You too, love. Oh, come on. Come on.